All right, this is file 231218 SC, a small claims case, JD Finance versus one Stephen Kimmel. We are here on this case as a small claims case, meaning we are here without attorneys and without the option for a jury trial if we go forward. There would be no option for attorneys or jury trials, but if we are ready to proceed in small claims where I would make the decision, then the first thing I'm going to do is swear both parties in. And JD Finance, I cannot see you, but I would ask you to raise your right hand the same way Mr. Kimmel is raising his right hand. You swear and affirm the testimony you would give would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Kimmel, you've muted yourself, so you need to tap that microphone with the red slash through it. All right. So, Mr. Kimmel, this might be faster than me just starting with you. Do you agree that you owe JD Finance money here and it's more about how and when you're willing to pay or able to pay this? Or are you contesting that you owe them money?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So in other words, what I would propose is I would do this as a consent judgment, meaning that we're in agreement that there was money owed and it's just for you to work out a timetable where you're going to be able to pay that money back to JD Finance. I have a damages amount here, $358.14. Does that sound right to you, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Then the only other thing I need to explain to you is this. JD Finance did also spend certain monies out of pocket to get us here today. They paid the court a filing fee, and they also paid to have you served. That was an additional $61.88. They are also able to get that. So I just wanted you to know where that extra money comes from by the time you see this, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so parties will get copies sent back to them in the mail. You do not need to wait for that. As soon as we're done here, you could be on the phone to JD Finance to work out the how and when that would get paid. But I'm going to go ahead and release you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Galaxy S21, I need you to take yourself off mute. Tell me what your name is, please.
Michelle Silva.
Okay. And JD Finance, I'm going to put you back in the waiting room. This is a different case. All right, this is file 231102 SC, Sissom versus Silva. We're here on a small claims case. We're in small claims, meaning no one is using an attorney nor asking to have a jury trial. If we continue to proceed in front of me here in small claims, I will decide this case, but you would not have the option to bring in attorneys or to ask for jury trial on appeal. Both parties are ready and willing to proceed in small claims. The first thing I'm going to do here is swear you both in. If you could go ahead and raise your right hands. Swear or affirm that any testimony you give here today would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Silva, you need to take yourself off mute. That little microphone with the red slash.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'll start with plaintiff here. In other words, you're asking $6,500, so is the dollar amount higher than that?
The original one was, yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you understand, I'm assuming that you know you're capped at $6,500. So Ms. Silva, because it's small claims and we're trying to do this without attorneys, the damages may be higher than that, but he is capped at that $6,500. This is work already performed?
Yes, Your Honor.
And just unpaid?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Silva, either you would be explaining to me why it is you don't think you owe this money, or you're in agreement you do owe this money and we would maybe do a consent judgment because it's more about how or when you would pay it.
Yes, I do owe this gentleman this money. I asked him to get me all of the paperwork that I needed to turn into the mortgage company by a certain date, and he did not do so. So I had some issues with my other contractors, and the mortgage company put the loan on hold. So I cannot currently pay him, but everything, the draw or the disbursement funds have already been signed. And if he would have got me the paperwork in time, he would have already been paid. So as soon as I can clear up the issue with the other contractors, he will be paid. But I still need a lien waiver form from him that he has not gave me yet.
All right. Well, that would not be part of what we would do here today. This is simply the small claims for out-of-pocket damages. So I have that at $6,500. The only other thing I would need to explain to you, Ms. Silva, is that Mr. Sisson paid certain monies out of pocket to get us here today. He had to pay a filing fee and he had to pay to have you served. That $82, he is also able to ask for that as well. I just wanted you to know where that extra money comes from, because this judgment will look more like $6,582 by the time you get it in the mail. Does that make sense?
Yes, of course.
All right, then I can just draw this up as what we said, like I said, a consent judgment. And then the parties need to understand the court does not do collections. It would be between the parties to satisfy this judgment, all right?
What
But
does that
with
mean,
that,
Ronnie?
I can go ahead and release parties. We're all set for what we needed to do here today.
What does that mean, Your Honor?
In other words, you two are supposed to be in contact with each other about how this gets paid. The court doesn't do the collections for you. Everybody needs to understand that. I don't know how often you sue people, but lots of people think
This is
that once they get
first
that
time.
order, that the court chases it down, but it's between the parties, all right?
Okay, so how do I do that then? How do I go about receiving the compensation, I guess?
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying is what we don't do.
Okay.
If you will notice on the bottom of the order, if you don't make any progress in 21 days, you can start to file a different round of paperwork that does things like garnish wages or seize tax returns. But again, you'd have to start with a different round of paperwork if you guys are not making any progress in deciding how and when this judgment would get paid, all right?
So 21 days then?
From the time that you get your judgment.
Oh,
All right?
so am I getting one
Wanna
after
go ahead
today
and
then?
release parties? We're all set.
Thank you.
What'd you say, sir?
I said, so am I getting a judgment then? I mean, I don't understand what just happened, I guess.
Yes, because she didn't fight you about it. She said, yep, I owe that money. So you're
Okay,
gonna
all
get a
right,
judgment for $6,582. But what
Thank you,
we're
Your Honor.
saying is you need to contact her about how you're gonna actually get paid. The court doesn't do
I
that.
will do that. I misunderstood what happened here. I didn't know what
Oh,
just happened.
No,
so-
you won real fast.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, we're all set.
Have a good
I'm
day.
gonna release you.
All right.
All right, on the telephone, your name, please.
Michael Scarpanito.
Aaron Scarpanito.
Okay. And just hold on 1 second. I'm gonna find out who this other party is. Charlene, what's your last name?
Poor, Poore.
Okay, I have this as no service.
No service?
Yeah, so it would not be up today. You need to call back the district court and find out what happened or what you can do next about getting service, all right? But in
Okay.
other words, if we can't show that the defendant was on notice to come today, we can't do anything on the case, all right?
So do I have to refile, sir?
No, they'll explain to you what the next step is. It's probably alternate service. But just call them at 673-0400 and they'll explain to you what to do next.
Okay.
But I'm gonna release you. There's no point in you waiting around here today, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna call two different files at the same time. 2, 3, 1174 SC and 73 SC. One is JD Finance versus Karen Scarpatino. One is JD Finance versus Michael Scarpatino. You're both here, correct?
Yes.
All right. So we are here in what we call small claims. In other words, trying to resolve this case without anybody having to go get attorneys or having something as complicated as a jury trial. You're asking for this to be resolved right here in front of me. And you understand you would give up those rights to attorneys or jury trials if we proceed here in small claims. But if all parties are ready to proceed today in front of me, then even though I cannot see you, I would ask all three of you to raise your right hands. Do you swear or affirm any testimony that you would give here today would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So I have, I'm not sure, is this the same account or are these two different accounts?
Two different accounts,
Two
sir.
different accounts.
Okay, they just have the same exact amount on them. So the first question would be, sometimes it's a lot faster for me to start by just asking defendants, do you believe that you do in fact owe money to JD Finance and it's more about how and when you'd be able to pay that? Or are you here contesting that you owe them money?
We agree that we owe money. We was just fell into some hard times and we just haven't had a chance to make arrangements to pay them.
All right. So then what I would propose is we would do this as what's called a consent judgment, as opposed to fighting about it and having a hearing. Consent just means the parties agree there's a dollar amount owed, and then you would work out between the parties the how and when this gets paid. I have the same damages amount on both these matters, $317.64. Does that sound right to you?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Then the only other thing I need to explain is this. JD Finance had to pay certain monies out of pocket to get us here today. They had to pay what's called a filing fee to court, and they had to pay to have you both served. They spent $71.68 doing that on each of your cases. They are able to also claim that as well. I just wanted you to understand where that extra dollar amount comes from by the time you see this judgment. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Then we're actually all set for what we needed to do here today. I will type this up as a consent and we will send the judgments out in the mail. You do not have to wait for that though. You could, as soon as we're done here, go ahead and either call JD Finance or JD Finance call you and start talking about the how and when you actually would get this paid, all right? But we are all set for what we need to do with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and release parties. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.